Gerry Anderson.
On BBC Radio Ulster.
There's a thing you don't hear every day, a jingle. It's Boxing Day, and I'm not here. Well, I am here, in a sense, but not actually today. Are you here?
No, not yet.
Good.
From the living color to movie scripts to all the sex to J-Lo to this headline clips, I stay grounded as the amounts roll in. I'm real, I thought I told you. I'm really no bruh. That's just me. Nothing phony, don't hate on me. What you get is what you see. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still chilling from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still chilling from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. I'm down to earth like this, rocking this business. I've grown up so much, I'm in control and loving it. Rumors got me laughing quick. Love my life, I'm not public. Put God first and can't forget to stay real. To me, it's like breathing. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still chilling from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still chilling from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from.
J-Lo and Paul McCartney. Right, this is the way it works. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678, but don't ring. The text messaging service is 81771, but don't text. The email service is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, but don't do that. Do you know how it's going to work?
How?
We've recorded this programme before Christmas,
Right.
but this is Boxing Day.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you, what time of Christmas do you think you had yesterday?
Well, I thought you wonder what it's all about, all the hype.
Yes.
And now that it's over, you say to yourself, you get into an awful state, an awful panic, and,
Do you think you had a nice day yesterday?
I think I ate too much.
What time do you think you fell asleep at after your dinner?
I think that I was sleeping.
Estimated time of sleeping?
I would think I was sleeping at around 4:10.
What time do you think you might waken up at?
Oh, I would say that I'll not surface again until shortly after 6, and then I'll maybe have something to eat and maybe a little glass of white wine. I may have that.
Well, speaking on the subject, do you think perhaps yesterday that you might, before you fell asleep, have had a little glass of wine before your dinner, during or after?
I think that I had 2 glasses of white wine at waiting for the spuds to boil.
Do you not think a 2 glasses of white wine hammers you for the day?
It wrecked me.
That's why you fall asleep.
That's exactly.
But then when you wake
it.
up, you have a little taste in your mouth, don't you? And then you need more drink.
And I noticed now at this particular Christmas, less Christmas cards.
You got less or sent less?
I never sent any.
Oh, well,
I didn't receive as many as normal.
Do you think maybe that's linked to the fact that you never sent any last year?
Yeah, but I never send Christmas cards. My wife does the
maybe
sending
your
of
wife
the
is-
cards.
maybe your
But
wife's fed up.
I noticed that, you know where you usually have them hanging about the walls and places like that? There's not as many now. And you'd shove them up the tree and trying to get rid of them, basically. And you remember the thing you'd have at the back of your door? We didn't have one of those this year.
A coat hanger?
No, do you remember the thing
Shotgun?
The thing you put your cards in. We didn't have one of those this
Oh,
year.
like a big pouch thing?
Like a big round wheel. That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
aye.
Right, yeah, that's
And it keeps falling down.
What kind of a Boxing Day do you think you might have? What time do you think you might have got up this morning at?
I think I lay on this morning.
Do you
and
think you lay on to well after this programme?
I think I no
Do you think
no.
you lay in bed listening to the programme?
No, I was playing golf.
This morning, so you're playing golf now then?
I hope I am. Yes.
What iron are you using? What time is it?
I'm just.
It's 22 minutes to 11. What kind of an iron are you on?
Well, I'm.
What hole are you at?
I'm only at the first.
First hole.
I'm waiting to tee off.
You might birdie.
Well, it's a par 3, so there's every possibility. It's unusual, isn't it, to start a competition, a hole with a par 3, isn't it?
I think it is all right.
It is unusual.
Listen,
well, tell me this, now that you're there. What did you think of the TV?
I don't know yet. I better see it first. Listen, one of the things I did over the weekend, and you know nothing about this, I did a programme for another station. And you're allowed to do that as long as you don't give you money. And do you know who was on the programme? Daniel.
Who?
Daniel.
He was not,
He
was he?
was. And he mentioned your name.
Did he? What did he say?
Favourably, I have to say.
Oh, good.
He said, Sean Coyle. He said, I can't do him. But he
Right,
said,
no.
he was talking to another man who is growing famous as being an imitator of Daniel O'Donnell. So it was mentioned that this man who was on RTE, and this man was talking to Daniel, and he made the foolish mistake of doing his Daniel to Daniel. And Daniel looked at him and says, Sean Coyle, he said, whenever you do him, he said, I don't know if it's me or him.
Is that right?
So what he was saying to the man was that Sean Coyle is better than you at doing it. But he never answered me the real question. I couldn't ask him. The real question being, why does he not like me anymore?
Well, can I tell you this now before we move off the subject of me?
Mm-hmm.
When I was first introduced to Magella, Daniel introduced me and says, "This is the boy that impersonates me, Magella." You see,
That's accurate enough.
that's what you say. And
Did he make any comment on the quality of the impersonation?
he said, Magella says, he says, slightly deeper than Daniel. And I says, yes.
We won't go there.
No, you understand. But he says, he's the best, Magella.
But you know what he
And
said?
I like that for that. I said, thank you, Daniel.
He says he loves the way you say pum-pum-pum.
Parumpa-pum-pum. Parumpa-pum-pum. Did he say it to you?
No, he didn't. He's going to say it now, though. Nobody says pum-pum-pum like that.
They told me pa-rum-pum-pum-pum,
God, love. Isn't that lovely?
a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum.
Try it.
Parumpa-pum-pum.
Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pum-pum.
Oh, it's getting higher. Parumpa-pum-pum.
To lay before the king, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum.
It's very high.
Rum-pum-pum-pum.
That's too high.
Rum-pum-pum-pum.
Oh, he's coming down.
That's much better. I like it when he comes down.
So to honor him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum,
Rum-pum-pum-pum.
when we come. Baby Yesu, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, I am a poor boy to pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I have no gift to bring, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, that's fit to give the king, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. Shall I play for you, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, on my drum? Mary nodded, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, the ox and lamb kept time, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I played my drum for him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I played my best for him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. Me and my drum, me and my drum, me and my drum.
What's to not like about that?
That's nice,
It's
isn't it?
Daniel O'Donnell. That's his Christmas album last year, I do believe it was. Was it? I think it was.
I think so,
It
yeah.
was last year, called Oh Holy Night, the Christmas album. What we're going to do today, if you don't mind, is we'll just play a bit of music, and then after the news, we'll play a section of a program I did earlier on. Rodney Crowell, singer, songwriter, author, very interesting man, came into this program on a Friday, and we had a chat for about half an hour, and he sang the guitar. He sang and he played the guitar, and he wrote, he read pieces from his book, which is called Chinaberry Sidewalk, and I thought it was a very interesting conversation. A lot of people may not have heard that, so I thought maybe we'd play that again today. Aren't I considerate?
Yeah.
It means we don't have to do anything
Right.
while this is going on. Also, can you say hello to all my family in Bangor and the Braniel? That's love from the Snowdens in Coral Springs, Florida. That's the place to be.
Where did you get that?
He
Where did you get that request from?
sent it to me.
Who sent it to you?
David Snowden from Coral Springs in Florida.
When did he send it to you?
I just came up today.
Today?
This is not Christmas Day. I could have read it tomorrow, but I thought I might read it,
Yeah.
on Boxing Day, which
Yeah.
is today. I just got that. I've got lots of things here.
A lot of people were congratulating you, and if I can tag along as well, on your on the air programs. A lot of people were saying how much they enjoyed it and thought it very funny.
Well, that's good.
So
Yeah.
isn't that nice?
That's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
people enjoyed it.
That's good.
That was people I met over Christmas.
It's funny how you can predict that, isn't it? Also, a gentleman writes to me, and he sends me a script, which is always handy. It's a script for festive celebrity chef item, which we haven't done yet. So this is how I start. So this is me. So today we have celebrity chef Paul Rankin with us, who sounds remarkably like G-Mac because he once went to LA on a cheap flight bargain break. He's going to tell us how to cook the perfect Christmas dinner with a celebrity chef twist. Yeah, Gerry, like a real easy. I mean, just buy a turkey in Marxies and stick an onion up its bum and do 'em for 20 minutes a pound, and then I'll carve it up and charge 20 quid a pop. Like that's about 200 quid out of one turkey. Know what I'm saying? Like man daddle. And then I say, so what's your celebrity chef twist on the recipe, Paul? Well, Gerry, at the last minute I dump a piled garnish on it and squirt a lemon all over the place. Sometimes I pour brandy on it and set it on fire. Done. And then I say, what's your celebrity tip for perfect roast potatoes, Paul? Well, Gerry, I get a bag of them from Auntie Bessie's frozen roasties and dump a big pile of garnish on them, and then squirt a lemon all over the place. Make me a fortune, man, but you don't mind paying for professional expertise, yeah? Well, that's great, I say. I think Emma's salivating already, but I don't think she wants any more children.
She'd be happy at that.
I'm full of fun.
Oh, you are indeed.
People don't know that.
Notes of music, words of peace, drifting on a snowflake breeze, spirit in a melody to grace the sidewalk crowd. The laughing Santa rings a bell, and change falls into a wishing well. Giving hands reach out to me. a hope on every face, as different as the falling flakes. The magic of believing makes the miracles on Christmas Day. And all around you can hear the sound of angel voices singing songs of love and joy and faith and miracles on Christmas Day. The magic of believing makes the miracles on Christmas Day.
That's as nice a Christmas song as you'll hear. That's Kimmy Rhodes, of course. That's from her album, which is called Miracles on Christmas Day. That's the title track. And that's another girl who was in here in this programme with us on a Friday.
You have never played that before.
No, I haven't. I haven't played any.
Why did you not play it before
Because
Christmas?
I don't like Christmas
Why
songs.
wait till now, Boxing Day? And
Because
play
Christmas.
it? Now listen. You're away to music now.
What?
All right, there's something I want you have to now with the coming new year.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Right, the old year is almost gone.
Almost gone, but I
Yes.
don't forget it.
No, right.
It's been a very good year for me. The year has been good to me. Jesus has been good to me.
Well, I would say
I have my health, which is the main thing.
right.
And I have a little more money than I had this time last year, thanks to the Ponzi scheme.
You see, that's now I must confess and I must hold my hands up and I must apologise that I have been quite angry this year.
Oh, you have?
I have been angry this year, and I've been harbouring a large chip on my shoulder.
I've tried to talk you down
I
on
know
a
you
number of
have.
occasions, with
Right.
at varying degrees of success.
So my New Year's resolution now is that I'm going to be a happy Hector. No more. All right, I've got this chip on my shoulder, but I'm going to live with it. I'm not going to be angry anymore.
But
I'm
then-
just going to say that's it. All right, it's my cross that I must bear. All right,
I don't know if I like that, and I like it the way you are. You're horrible.
and
Yeah?
the other thing that I want you to do something for me.
I mean, change?
No, I want you to do something for me.
Depends on what it is. I can't promise.
I want you to work at me Gregory Peck. You know what I mean.
Put the dog down, David.
I want you to.
The floppy lips.
Eh?
The floppy lips.
Yes, the loose lips. The
loose
But you
lips.
see, I have noticed that
Put the dog
Gregory Peck he almost puts an extra syllable into a word. Now, if there's such a thing as half a syllable, then Gregory Peck can do it.
There is such a thing as it's called the quarter syllable.
Right? So,
Okay.
well, a quarter then, right? Like, for instance, we would say the Atlantic.
Yes.
He would say the Atlantic. No, he goes up and down the Atlantic. The
Yes, he does.
Atlantic. And it's almost, isn't there?
That's
You know,
right.
and Germans, the Germans, you know. The Germans are sinking our ships in the Atlantic. So I need to work on the American accent. So how do I do that?
There's only one thing that I have to advise. You should have worked at him earlier. He's been dead for 20 years.
He's there. He's still there. There's
He's
no-
not there, but a lot of people don't know who he is. If
Oh,
it hadn't
they
been for
do.
Captain Ahab,
They do.
Moby
He's-
Dick.
Yeah.
Do people know who Gregory Peck is? I'm not entirely sure that they do.
Of course they do.
The old ones like you and me do, but what about the young snappers?
Of course they do.
I'm down with the kids, you know. I can't be talking about people they don't know about. Anyway, I'm down with the kids. I'm down with the kids. Put the dog down, Damien. Stop that. Stop that. You're making me nervous.
Will you do that?
Do what?
Teach
I'll
me.
help you. I'll help you.
This is the year. I'm reaching out to you this year.
Are you going to listen, though?
I will. I promise you.
I'll teach you if you listen.
Okay.
You don't listen before. You're too angry to listen.
The people far below are sleeping rest be found. I'm holding on so tight, I'm tightening the grip. I'm finding I can fly so high above with you. All across the world, the villages go by like weeds. The rivers and the hills, I'm tightening the grip. I'm finding I can fly so high above with you.
That's Jig a Jig, good Christmas music. That's a Jig a Jig, of course, from East of Eden, a band called East of Eden, from an album called Jig a Jig. That's one of the first Irish records that used a kind of a rock and roll backing track, which wasn't a rock and roll backing track at all. It was a rock band doing an Irish song. 1971, that's 40 years ago, my God. And before that was a song called Walking in the Air by Seamus Nagunja, Philip Tuju, and Benson Motahi, who are people from Africa, and that's from an album called Mr. O'Mundy's #1 Singers, Christmas Songs from Nairobi. If I help you, we have to broaden out our brief a bit.
Right, before I continue, just before we move off the Christmas theme, what's your favourite Christmas song? I'm testing you. I know what it is. You've said this many times. Just want to see if you remember.
The Cavalry. What do you call that?
That's it.
What's it called?
Jonah, don't stop.
Jonah Louie. Don't stop the cavalry.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favourite song by far, because it's the only one that, you know, it's not really a Christmas song, but it actually is.
Yeah.
Everybody says fairy tale to New York.
No.
Everybody says Silent Night. No way. Let's do something Christmassy.
Right.
What about I'm Father Christmas, Santa? and I'm Eamon Malley, right? And you're a child, but you're Eamon McCann, and you're coming to me, and I'm going, well, little boy, how are you doing?
But I want to know why, Eamon, would I come to you? Why, what's the reason why I would be coming, knocking at your door, asking you, Eamon O'Malley, for some sort of advice?
My name is not Eamon O'Malley, it's Eamon Malley, there's no O.
Well, I beg your pardon.
One of the things I think...
Son of
there are
Eamon
two
O'Malley, Eamon
reasons.
Malley. What's a no?
There are two reasons why you must come to me. One, because I get you fiver, and secondly, I've got toys. Many, many toys. Toys that you want. Would you like a fire engine?
What?
A fire engine? Would you like a fire engine?
As a matter of fact, that was the top of my list. The fire
I was
engine.
thinking
Thank you
perhaps...
very much,
No.
Eamon. Do I call you father, Eamon, or
Call
what do
me
I
Sensor.
Censor?
No, Sensor.
Oh,
Call me Sensor. One of the things I think you should... What about the water cannon? Do you want a toy water cannon? Would you like that? Toy water cannon.
a toy water
And I'll give you
cannon.
little soldiers.
That would be very appropriate.
And you can have
yes.
little toy soldiers.
Someone living in the heart of the bog side. That
Squish
would be
them all
very
away.
appropriate. Yes. That'd be wonderful. And toy petrol bombs. And what else will you be providing for me, Santa?
I think I might like a nurse's uniform.
Well, I think you would
tend to
look
the wounded.
wonderful. You would look wonderful in a nurse's uniform.
I can't remember the last time a child asked me for a cowboy outfit.
Yeah.
I can't imagine when. Maybe perhaps you'd be one of them. Maybe you asked me for a cowboy outfit, would you?
I wasn't a great cowboy fan, even as a small boy, Eamon. I would have been more. I'd have been more into the Red Indian. I'd be more an Indian.
Just an old Jesse. That's what I think. Just an old Jesse.
Well, thank you, Santa. Thank you very much, Santa, for being so understanding at this time of the year.
Last time I made you make me run away. Helped you put the coat on my back. I stood there
How many CDs are playing at the one time?
Eyes, and I swear you nearly had a heart attack. And although it's never stopped me from calling, for a time I nearly slipped off the edge. Was the thought of your paper snow falling.
Not many people can do that.
Oh, 2 CDs.
It wasn't easy.
Done all my gambling, I've done all my drinking. I don't even smoke anymore. Would you take me back, take me back? Would it be in Christmas and more? I've heard it said that you're over me. You've cut your hair up short and lost some weight. They say you go out dancing and want to be an actress. Well, I must admit, I did take the bait. I don't even sing all the old songs. I hardly pick up my guitar. When I think of something new, it just makes me think of you. And I don't wanna be wondering where you are. I've done all my gambling, I've done all my drinking. I don't even smoke anymore. Would you take me back, take me back? Would it be in Christmas and all? Christmas and all. It being 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 Christmas and it being Christmas and it being Christmas and all. It being Christmas and it being Christmas and it being Christmas and all. 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 It being Christmas and all.
That's a song called It Being Christmas, brackets and all. That's Paddy Nash and the Happy Enchiladas. I'm just thinking,
I thought that was the Saw Doctors.
No, it's Paddy Nash and the Happy Enchiladas, a local band from Derry, Stoke, London. They're here very good, actually.
Excellent.
Yes,
Yes.
you see. You see, you think everything is not what it seems.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm thinking about sitting here, a lot of people are sitting at home on Boxing Day expecting a programme. And, we probably don't take Christmas all that seriously. And all the other presenters are all being very po-faced and very nice and, and talking about the wonders and the lovely things about Christmas. But we're not doing that. So I think maybe we should do that.
Were you ever away from home at Christmas?
I spent a night in jail one time at Christmas.
Was that the night you had no money?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the train journey? Or was that yeah, remind me of that.
I'll just tell you briefly. I was travelling from Manchester to Belfast.
Oh, I thought it was in Canada.
No, I was in jail in Canada too, but that was a
Yeah, it was
different
in
thing.
Canada.
No, it was here. In Britain.
Are you sure?
United Kingdom. Yes, it was. And I had to come home around by Christmas time, and it fell upon me to get the train from Manchester to wherever. Where was the ferry at that time? Morecambe? Where was it? Morecambe?
Heysham?
Whatever it was. The poor people went.
I think it was Heysham.
Was it? Well, anyway.
Well, it was Horace Bachelor country, wasn't it?
Horace
No, it's
Bachelor.
Keynsham.
Or Keynsham.
Bristol.
Keynsham.
That's
Horsham.
Keynsham.
Keynsham.
Yeah.
Anyway, people don't know who Horace Bachelor is.
Yeah, I know.
You see, stop that.
I-
You're giving
I'm
away
sorry.
yourself. No, you should
Funny,
really.
we were just talking the other night there, just before Christmas. We were talking about the time when people went to England. Everyone, blah, blah. And I was telling the boys I remember that going over there. I was about 18 years of age. Me and another fella from the town over to Birmingham,
To make fire guards.
and we were told that you have to change a crew. Do you remember that?
Career Alexandra, yeah.
Right? And we went into the toilet trying to open our suitcases, trying to get clothes out.
To change a
To
crew?
change crew. We thought we couldn't understand why you had to change your clothes to crew.
How innocent and naive.
Yes.
How unready you were for a foreign land.
This we were saying, we wonder why they want you to change at crew.
Put on your trousers at crew.
But anyway, you were saying you were arrested.
I was saying, yes. I think that's far more interesting. Did you change your clothes? When did you realise that this was folly? When did you realise that there was
we
no
changed.
You changed?
We changed.
And when did you discover the error of your ways? That
Oh,
you shouldn't- years later.
Yeah, and then you don't say anything to anyone.
Because nobody ever told you anything. You only found out later and you went, did I really do that?
Yes, yes.
And then you never see, you kept stum. You never told anybody.
No, think about it. Like two young men in the toilet cubicle changing their clothing.
A man walking in might have misinterpreted
Yes.
that. Men disrobing in the toilet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there on a Christmas day. We don't want to talk about stuff like that.
No, this
Some
is
of it is
Boxing Day.
unseemly.
This is
No, it
Boxing
was
Day.
Christmas time in the workhouse. No, I had got on a train
Yes.
to go to whatever it was. Do you know Horace Bachelor's address?
Yes,
K-E-Y-N-S.
No, but there's a department.
Essex.
No,
Keynsham?
Bristol.
Essex.
Bristol.
All right then, Bristol.
Horace Barry, spelled K-Y-N-S-H-A-M. Department. There was another department.
It's going to drive you crazy.
I
isn't
know,
it?
you shouldn't
I'm
have started
sorry, I
that.
shouldn't have started that.
That'll put me off my stroke today.
I thought you were off it already. I was on the train, so I got a little drowsy, and as you know, a little drink may be involved, and I nodded off. And it was, do you know those little compartments where you're in on your own? You know, sometimes a little, remember years ago,
Yes,
you had a little compartment and there was a leather thing in the window and you lost your finger if you didn't do it right. Anyway, I was in there on my own and I fell asleep and I woke up and the train had stopped and there was no sound of any kind. I looked out and there was a foot of snow on the ground and I was in a railway siding, right? And all the lights were out.
Right. I'm not believing this already.
I know you're not. I can tell by the sceptical look upon your
Yes.
face. So I got out of the train, trudged across what remained of the platform, and found myself in the middle of a small settlement. And I realised that I was in Blackpool.
Oh,
Blackpool.
right.
I trudged along the road. I discovered I had the grand sum of 1 and 4pence in my pocket, right? And I realised that
You better explain what 1 and 4pence is for the younger people who are listening.
decimal coinage,
That'd be
almost 15p.
No, it's not.
It's not even
One
that.
1 shilling is
7.5
5.
pence.
5.
7.5p.
It's 5 and 7p.
But what spending power?
7p.
A man could have got a fish supper for that, but I didn't need a fish supper. What I needed was a bed for the night. So I trundled along the road and I realised that, the snow was crisp and even. And I was not terribly well clothed. Of course, little Catholic boys didn't wear jumpers.
Where were you going?
I was going home.
Yeah, but where were you going
I was
to?
going to what do you call the
How
ferry
did
thing?
you end up in Blackpool? So you
I had a
missed your
ticket.
stop, did you?
Of course I did. I missed it. But I had a
Well,
ticket.
where did you go past?
I went past wherever it was.
Well, where was past?
Morecambe?
Where's before Blackpool?
Heysham. I don't know.
You couldn't have ended up in Blackpool.
I did.
You couldn't.
You
Not
see-
if you were going to the boat.
You're
I
doubting.
think-
You're doubting me.
Yeah, not if you're going. And I said I wouldn't do that. That was my New Year's
This
resolution.
is what I'm saying. You see,
is
you've
my
made a
new-
resolution not
Yes.
20 minutes ago, and suddenly you've become this person that you always were before, that you hated, and now you're still him because you know the reason why? Is because that's who you are, and you can't change that. Anyway, I found
Is
myself...
Heysham up above Blackpool?
Well,
It must
I
be.
don't know. All I'm saying to you, I was in Blackpool. I was stranded in Blackpool, right? That's a long time ago. I was only about 17 or
All
18.
right.
And I walked along the street, and progressively colder, and I could feel myself going blue. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And I went, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I saw the cop shop. I walked and I knocked on the door.
And is this Christmas Eve?
It is Christmas Eve in the workhouse.
You're
And
like a little character from Dickens.
I knocked on the door and the man came out and said, what can I do for you, son? I said, I have nowhere to stay. I said, I was on the train and fell asleep and I'm going home to Ireland. Pally James Duff. That island they're cutting the corn in Creasla today, Danny boy. The pipes are called the old bowl of oak. The sun is down and up more. I'm from Ireland. He said, oh, I can tell that, lad. I said, I have nowhere to stay. I said, could I sleep in one of your cells?
And what did they say?
He said, yes. They brought me into the cell. He examined me and asked me a lot of questions. So I slept in one of the cells. He left the door open in case I wanted to go to the toilet. So I slept in the
Well, I
cell.
was returned.
And do you know what he did? I'm not finished yet.
I was
And what he did
refused.
in the morning, I got up and he gave me a big hot mug of tea and a piece of toast with a lot of butter on it. And it was great.
I was refused to sell.
That's because you're a Catholic.
I was refused to sell in Belfast.
I mean, different. Who wants
What
to
do you
sell in
mean?
Belfast?
I
You need to
wanted
sell
to
in
sell.
England.
I wanted to sell.
Why did you want to sell in Belfast?
Because I was on my way to, again, back to Birmingham.
I may have been on one cell at one side of the channel and you on the other cell on the other. That's how
I was going to Birmingham and the plane was fog bound. It was
plane?
Yes,
Oh,
right.
swanky.
Yes.
And?
And the man says, what we're going to do is we're going to bus you into the city centre. I told you this before. And they bussed us into the city centre and then they said, they might have given us a guinea or something like that and says it's every man for himself.
Guinea.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if they gave us anything or not, but they says...
Guinea?
I don't know. Nobody's saying that. I'm trying to embellish it a bit. Do you understand?
Guinea.
And they says, right, find your own accommodation. And I'm again a mere youth,
Of course you
with
are.
a big suitcase.
Uh-huh.
You know, with the belt around it,
With a change in case you went to crew. Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. And I'm walking up the Falls Road as far as I know. I was told that was the Falls Road. How I got there, and I remember seeing a bar called the Arkle Bar, and
Oh,
I
for
remember
God's
that
sake, yeah.
because of the horse Arkle. And I came to a police station. I knew an address of Clonard Gardens, but I didn't know where Clonard Gardens was.
Near the monastery.
Yes, but I didn't know where it was.
The
You
Catholic
see.
address.
But I came upon, like yourself, the old blue lamp, the police station,
Hello, hello, hello.
and I went in. And I said to the man behind the desk, I says, hello. I says, I was making my way to Birmingham, but the fog came and the plane was cancelled and I've nowhere to stay. Can I stay here? And he says, no. He says, what do you think this is? An hotel? And I says, I've just nowhere to go.
So much for the compassion of the Northern Ireland
Right.
policeman, yes.
But he did say to me, he says, if you want, you can leave your suitcase here. It could be well, it was before those days, you know what I mean, when you carried things in.
Yeah.
So he says, leave your suitcase here and pick it up in the morning. He says, and he said, you might get a place to stay on up the road a bit.
And did you?
No.
How'd you spend the night?
Because I remembered this address was going round and round my head, and I knew of either 6 or 16 or 26 or 6 in Clonard Gardens, and I knew someone, a girl, who stayed there.
Oh.
And you see, so I knocked at number 6, and I think it was 6 Clonard Gardens, and I said to us,
Is there a girl here that knows me?
does Mary live here? You know what I mean? I'm Joseph.
Oh. I am with child.
You see?
Yes.
No, and I went up in 16 and 26, and I knocked at this door, and a lady came out and told her my plight, and she says, no. And I says, that's okay. But as I had walked up the street, there was a doorway, a big deep doorway at the start of the street.
Is this going to take much longer?
And I went down, and I stood in the doorway, and I said, this is my bed for the night. I'll just stand here. And you see? And the next thing was a young man appeared from the house that I had been to last, and he says, "My brother was telling us, come on, you're nowhere to say. Come on up to our house." And they brought me up to their house, and their daughter had been was a nurse, and she was on night duty, and they gave me her bed,
Good job she didn't come home early.
and they put me up for the night,
What a
and then
wonderful
they ran
story.
me down to the police station in the morning to get the suitcase.
Suitcase.
There you are.
What a
There.
great
So I was
story.
refused to sell in Belfast.
It makes one be, well, glad that one is born in this country.
Yeah, there you are. Imagine a young boy trudging the streets and turned away. It's amazing I'm telling that story, that I was turned away from every door, every police station.
Did you ever do any carpentry? Here, I know this manger. I'll give him a shout.
I was only 17.
I know.
The red robin sits on the shed you built for the kids. As the rain takes the good out of winter, and your sad Santa sack makes its way to the front of the stack on this silent and grey Christmas morning. And I have no doubt that wherever you are, these next few hours will be twice as hard. But if you find the courage without the one or the two, there'll be a place at the table for you. The lights on the tree have yet to work right for me, and for the first time today, your name
The streets come to life as we make our way outside, and I welcome the noise and commotion. If all goodwill and cheer is lost on me this year, then the least I can do is keep trying. And I have no doubt that wherever you are, these next few hours will tear me apart. So please find the courage without the one or the two, and I'll have a place at the table for you. There'll be a place at the table for you.
That's Kimmy Rhodes again, of course. That's
That
the song
was
called.
lovely.
It's lovely. And do you know why I played that? Because there'll be a place at the table for you. Because I was thinking about you in Birmingham, or wherever it was. In Belfast it was, sorry.
Yeah.
Homeless,
Yes.
sleepless in Seattle.
There.
What a terrible, terrible way to be. This is what has formed you. That's the anger within you. This anger that you're trying desperately so hard to fight. That was all gathered at that time.
Yeah.
All that anger's within you. Catholic anger. And you'll have to deal with it. Because, I mean, you're not going to live long with your heart and everything. I'd be surprised if you're here this time next year.
Thanks.
Anyway, but try and make this year one of the best years of your life. Come to terms with everything that's happened to you. Come to terms with your life. I'll help you in any way I can. Let's go down to Clonard Monastery.
That's right. That's right. Listen, do you know that you're very busy?
I am very busy.
Do you know that you have a program tomorrow night?
Have I?
You have a program tomorrow night.
When's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night you have a program after the 6 o'clock news.
Is that the day after Boxing Day?
The day after tomorrow. This is Boxing Day. So
That's right.
So
Tomorrow's the 27th then.
you have a program tomorrow night.
Oh, that's the program about
You're
our
running it.
marathon.
Yes, your marathon.
What time is that on at?
It's just after the 6 o'clock news.
Is that
So
right?
You know nothing.
No, nobody knows anything.
See how busy you are.
What's it called?
I don't know.
You don't know,
Jerry's
do you?
marathon. Would
Jerry's
it be?
Marathon. It's not called that. You just made that up.
Oh, what would it be called?
I have no idea. Marathon Jerry? I don't know. Take your pick. We'll find out what it's called. Jerry's Big Apple, it's called.
Jerry's Big Apple.
Somebody told me in my ear. Jerry's Big Apple, it's called. When did you say it was on?
Just
tomorrow
after the
night?
6 o'clock news tomorrow night.
Whatever tomorrow night is, thank you. Time for some rock and roll. Enough of this Christmas stuff.
He likes to go out on a Saturday night. He's got an eye for the ladies and a suit that fits tight. He's got the mojo working like it's going out of style. I wouldn't say he's handsome, but he's very versatile. Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. Better warn the ladies, he's the devil in disguise. Girl, if you look in his eyes, he'll put you under his spell. He can take you somewhere between heaven and hell. His touch is like fire and his blood is like ice. He just loves them and leaves them. He's no Mr. Nice. So don't ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. Better warn the ladies, he's the devil in disguise. tries to keep them from the man up above. Don't ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. Better warn the ladies, he's a devil in disguise. Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. Better warn the ladies, he's a devil in disguise. Oh, he's a devil. He's a devil.
That's a great band called the Mighty Mojos. That's a song called Devil in Disguise. That band was supposed to be in the studio playing live in this program a couple of Fridays ago, and I have to confess it was my fault entirely. Whole mix-up. So, it was a whole mess. So I apologise to them deeply. And I'm going to have them in, hopefully, in end of January or February. What a great band. Excellent. Hear me being humble?
I hear you've been humble. You're talking about marathons. Dennis Taylor was on the television the other night there, and they were talking about running. And Dennis said, when he was younger, he used to do a lot of marathons, but he thinks they're called Snickers now.
Boom, boom.
That's not bad. It was
Boom,
for
boom,
Dennis.
boom, boom. It's all
I
right
laughed
for
too, but he
Boxing
said
Day.
it.
Yeah.
That's
People,
good.
there are people lying drunk. What will they know? We'll be back after the news with a special edition of specially potted and indeed trimmed Rodney Crowell interview.
Say snookered behind the blue.
Snooker behind the blue.
Snookered behind the blue now.
Blue.
Dum